Hi everyone, and welcome back to Netherwar, our Mutants and Masterminds Monday live stream. Um, our heroes have descended into the underworld this week, and they are doing their best to survive a whole bunch of strange situations down here. They did find, or Mortis found the spirits of the Freedom League on the banks of the River Styx, with an obviously annoyed Charon unwilling to carry them into the underworld, which is sort of strange. Thanks to some persuasion from the group, especially Daedalus, though, the gang was able to board Charon's boat and make their way downriver. On their way, they were attacked by forces of the Nether Realm, um, particularly Inquisitor Zobram, who was a villain from our second episode of Netherwar. He tangled with the teenage versions of our heroes, and now finds himself as an unfortunate resident of the Soul Vault, thanks to Mortis's unilateral decision to stuck him in there. I'm sure Gemma will have questions about it later if Mortis brings it up, but anti-hero's got an anti-hero, yo.
Yeah, would Siren understand what just happened with the soul thing?
Yeah, probably.
It wasn't subtle. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mortis is not subtle.
If I had to do a pop culture parallel, it's like sucking the ghost into the ghost box in Ghostbusters.
Well, that I understand.
The ghost thermos, Danny Phantom.
It might even have the noticeable flaw.
Daedalus will give Mortis like a disapproving look, but then won't say anything.
Uh-oh, you got the dad glare.
Mm.
Way to channel your inner Paul. That was good.
Oh, Paul's having a
Like
good
a
night.
very nice compliment from me.
So yeah, we rejoin the gang as they have defeated the demons that were attacking them, and they continue rowing downstream on Charon's boat. The River Styx does eventually let out at this massive gate that leads into Hades' realm. You do see Cerberus sort of sleeping happily on the side of the banks. One of his heads looks up as the boat rolls by, but he sort of does that dog side-eye thing, gives out a heavy sigh, and goes back to sleep. Like a good boy.
Such a good boy.
Best boy.
And the gate closes very quickly behind you all as you pass underneath. Almost abruptly, suspiciously so. Charon says, "Well, we're here." And he will roll up to the dock and he will let you all out inside Hades' realm. Mortis, you've been to Hades'. Mortis and Daedalus have both been to Hades' realm before. It's sort of built around this big central palace, and everything else is just real estate for souls to wander aimlessly through.
Wow.
Lots of ghosts, lots of swirling mists, lots of people lamenting and being bored for all eternity, and then a big central palace that Hades calls home, where he holds court with Persephone when she's here.
Lady
But
Liberty.
she would not be here this time of year.
Lady Liberty's gonna look at Mortis and just basically say, "So, I take it you had a history with that guy?"
A little bit.
Ah,
He was one of the taskmasters for Una on another world,
oh,
responsible for many of the work camps and the enslavement that happened there.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he's a pretty bad guy. I'm glad I made him hit himself a few times.
That was excellent work. Now that he's in your soul vault, is he going to be contained there forever, or do you have to worry about him getting out?
Shouldn't be able to get out.
Okay. So
Out of
he's traded.
character. Out of character, unless Alex pulls a plot element, you know. But yeah.
So he's traded one prison of undeath for another, then.
Well, one permanent prison of undeath.
I imagine this is normally permanent, as she nods to
Well.
the entire realm. Semi-permanent. Not for us.
I hope not for us.
Man, you superhero types always wondering how you're gonna get out of being dead. Well, yeah, why don't you all just stay dead?
too much to do?
Ain't no
And
bills in
Things
Hades.
that need to be corrected in the mortal world.
Well, y'all have fun with that.
I'm kind of always half a dead.
Yeah, you getting the worst of both worlds, Mortis. You need to talk to somebody about making you all the way dead.
Wow.
So, are we all in agreement that we need to go see Hades?
That is the plan.
Alright. Let's go.
Especially since I suspect he's the reason that you're all here. There's no reason that the four of you should all be here. Looks over at Siren.
And Siren just nods in agreement. I imagine Hades has some particular interests in one member of our group.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny,
we're-
Looking forward to
you're
seeing
very
how
fast.
this goes. He wants your speed.
Nice try, Daedalus.
Johnny, you are feeling a little slower than usual.
Hey. I don't
Ever
find
since that encounter with Overdrive.
Quit trying to set me up to fight myself again. Stupid little punk speedster kid.
That's called dramatic irony, where the audience knows something the character doesn't know. That is your English lesson of the day, children.
So, into the palace.
Palace.
Yeah.
Perfect. You all sort of step off of the boat and start making your way across the blasted plains of Hades, through the swirling mists of various apathetic spirits, sort of casually looking at you all as you pass by, not paying you much mind. Charon's little lantern on his boat does eventually drift away as he goes back up the river Styx.
I feel like this place is a little ostentatious, but I think it works.
It matches the man who lives here.
Mm.
Ostentatious, self-important.
Who dat?
Haters. It's my brother you got a problem with, not me. I'm a good husband. I got a dog. I got one job. I've never had sex with somebody as a swan before. Zeus is the bad guy. I don't know what you all want from me.
No lies detected.
So you all go making your way up Hades' palace. As you're approaching, Mortis and Siren, you are both picking up a little bit more of that netherworld energy through here. Not anything as potent as outside in the river Styx, but there's definitely an undercurrent of it sort of rolling through the mist with the other spirits. And where you're sort of getting those senses of the nether magic, you see the spirits there are a little more restless than the apathetic spirits you usually see in this part of the underworld. Some of them are crying out in agony. Some of them are, banding together, trying to have small, hushed conversations with each other, which is a lot more than any of Hades' minions usually desire out of this world. As you make your way up to the base, the staircase that heads up into the palace, you do see there is an area that has been artificially flushed of fog. There are no spirits within 100 yards of the palace. And as you cross that threshold, the air here is a little stale, a little less vibrant, a little less full of psychic energy. Mortis, you do feel you have to sort of push through this boundary a little bit as you're making your way across this 100-yard barrier around the palace. It almost feels like the Soul Vault's trying to pull you back across the line.
Just gonna just grunt my teeth a little bit and just push forward. And I'm going to actually manifest a small sickle in my hand too, just to be on the safe side.
Perfect. And you all go up the stairs and you begin walking the empty halls of Hades' palace. Usually, Mortis and Daedalus, you're used to spirits, a little more animated spirits, roaming these halls, acting as the servants, moving things here and there, lighting fires, bringing food when it needs to be brought, but it's completely empty of life, quote unquote.
Hmm.
And it's very cold in here. Eventually, you all make your way into Hades' throne room, which is a long, ostentatious, like the man, hallway, littered with columns. There's a long black and gold rug that goes all the way the length of this rectangular room. There are braziers of purple fire that sort of cast this strange glow across the room and make the shadows around you deeper and darker. And at the far end, there is a big black throne upon which sits Hades, who has his helmet off, but he's still in his armor, his sort of black, shining armor with the long black cape. And the look on his face, the best way to describe it would be hypochondriac. He seems very aware of your presence and very unnerved by seeing all of you, especially Mortis.
Oh wow, he's bigger than I thought he was gonna be.
The armor, it adds a few inches in height.
Just a few?
Well,
Daedalus will
Several.
step forward and say, Hades.
It's close enough. Why have you come here?
Why did you try to prevent us from coming here?
Of course, egocentric as you are, you think this is about you. I didn't know you were down here.
And please tell us.
You didn't notice the millions of other souls who weren't coming into the river?
Wait, you didn't try to grab Daedalus and pull him here?
None of you should be here. Least of all you.
Why? We died, fair and square.
Yeah. You picked a horrible time to do it. I'd love to have all of you down here and subject you, Daedalus, to the torments that I have conjured up over millennia of despising you.
Mm-hmm.
But the underworld is closed. We will take no more souls today.
Who do you think you are, Lucifer? You just can't close up the shop and get...
He
hand out
closed
the
up
food.
shop too.
I didn't realize
Really?
that the underworld had hours of operation.
have all the underworlds done the same?
Yes. We struck an accord. There's something wrong with the souls that are coming from Earth.
What is wrong with him?
They're infected with dark magic. Magic not of our realm and not of our understanding. Mortis stinks of it, though.
Is it more of this nether magic?
Gotta be.
We believe so.
Well, we've stopped Tarvon. Unless there's some other source of it that I'm not aware of. What else could be infecting these souls? Or have you just all stayed in your comfortable places and not gone to find out why this is happening to your realms?
Closing the doors seemed to help.
Did you say the souls were just coming from Earth? Or from all over?
The ones that are most tainted are coming from Earth.
But it's not just limited there?
No. I don't go to Martian underworld very often, but the lady in charge over there said that they were having the same problem.
Do you guys have Messenger or something? Is that how you communicate?
Yeah, kind of,
Ew.
I guess.
AOL, it died, so yeah, they can use it now.
Giving you a hero point.
That's good.
That was very good.
Sorry. Yes. Sounds like however Una was infecting the other set fragment of the terminus, it's similar effect is happening elsewhere.
Wait, this is happening in the Terminus too?
It was. We stopped it. Well, some allies stopped it, which is how these four ended up here.
Do you think you could stop it here?
I imagine we could.
Interesting. Hades will stand up and he'll come a few feet closer, but you see he seems nervous about getting too close to, especially Mortis.
That's one of the reasons I kind of probably reek of it right now, because I was at ground zero twice.
You're
do you
coursing
want
with
from us?
Master Mage energy.
Master Mage. Interesting.
Daedalus will like look at Mortis with like a weird look and then turn back to Hades and say, "What do you want with us? Leave him alone for now."
Oh, I can't make deals with you. You're already dead. Mortis, a word, please.
You
I
can
said
have your
please.
conversation here.
No, I don't think we will. And Hades stands up and he goes to the other room. He says, "Are you coming, Mortis?"
I'll be back in a moment. Daedalus.
Daedalus will like clutch your arm real quick and then let you go.
Shouldn't we go with him?
No, stay here, Earth Girl.
He'll look at Lady Liberty like, if we want to learn any useful information from Hades, we have to open the door constantly.
Okay.
Mortis, we're right here if you need us.
Just scream.
And Hades will take Derek into the back room.
That sounds bad.
And he'll sort of he'll go back with you, Mortis, and as he does, he closes the door telekinetically behind you. So, Derek, you are playing the hero these days, I see.
Trying.
Working with the Freedom League, that doesn't seem to be your style.
They died on my watch. They died saving my friends. 7 was the first, and now these 4. I can't have that on me again.
Yeah, you do have a habit of killing the world's greatest superheroes when you're around. It's a shame you weren't around when Centurion was doing his thing. So, as for the issues afflicting the underworld, I didn't want to say this in front of them, but you are the Master Mage of the underworld. That gives you a certain amount of leeway down here. I have a suspicion of where the nether magic is leaking into the underworld. I believe it's here in Hades. I haven't sent forces to investigate because all the undead who go that way come back pawns of Una. But you're alive. And I suspect you could find friends who were alive to come down here and help with this situation. If you solve this issue for me, I am willing to give you something back in return. And he sort of waves his hands, and a couple of pillars appear on either side of him, with 2 covered things on either side. It says, on one hand, I could give you the souls of the Freedom League back, vexed as I am with them. And he pulls the curtain off, and you see the free-floating souls of the Freedom League inside there. Alternatively, I could give you something that you really want. And he takes the curtain off, and you see Nick's soul floating around in there.
How do you have Nick down here?
Everyone who dies leaves an echo down here. It's just a matter of pulling him down here when he took off his ring. He would come back to you alive. You wouldn't need the ring anymore. You could live your happy little life together. Never have to do the superhero thing again.
They're all coming with me.
Don't overstep your bounds, mage. I'm willing to part with one of these things.
I'm gonna take a step towards him.
Roll an insight check.
$14.
He does not back down from you.
You said I crackle with the energy of the nether magic.
You do.
What would happen if that infected you?
I don't know. I don't suspect it would be good for anyone, though, based on what happened to Tarvon the Undying. You can agree to my terms, or we could play that game. Your choice. I'll give you time to think about it if you want, while you're solving the task.
So, quick question for Alex. Based on what I know, do I think that part of Nick is still up on the mortal plane?
Yes, you do. You think this may be an offer to restore him entirely to life instead of the sort of half-life that he has right now.
The Freedom League's coming with me.
As you wish.
I'll deal with you about Nick later.
I look forward to a more ordinary conversation next time. And he will hand you a little bird cage that has the souls of the Freedom League in there. Keep them in your vault until you return to the surface.
Okay. I will activate the vault, and yeah.
Awesome. They'll all go in. And Hades will say, that's my end of the bargain. Your end? There's a labyrinth in the base of this realm, the base of this dimension, that was designed by Daedalus to hold the most wicked souls who came to Hades. There's also a place in that labyrinth that borders a number of different dimensions. I think that is where the nether energy is pouring into the underworld. At least my underworld. I believe there are a few other tears located across different underworlds that you might have to visit in time. Take Daedalus with you down there. He should be able to find his way to the center. And then do your Master Mage thing. Expel the foreign magic from our realm. And he will usher you out of the room.
Return to the group.
So, how did it go?
We have a slight detour we have to make, and then the 5-0s will be returning to Earth.
Detour. Where are we detouring to?
Looks at Daedalus. Seems like there's a maze that you built at one point, somewhere down below.
Yes.
Yeah. Seeing how it sits at the bottom of the realm, what geography being whatever it is in the underworlds, it borders other realms, and the terror is happening there. So we'll need you to help us get to the center of the maze, and well, to our hero bit. But I'm guessing, I suspect that there's something else in the center of the maze, then, and that's where the terror is happening. Then there's probably other incursions from other things as well, not just the Magenta Guard.
Okay. Yeah.
You built a maze for Hades?
Yeah, it's a long story.
I love a good story.
Maybe later when we're alive again.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is, is that the entirety of the deal? We go into this maze, seal the source of this nether magic, and then we leave?
Then we go home. All of us.
Well, then we best get going.
All right.
I like the idea of returning home as quickly as possible.
Seems almost too simple, but I imagine a labyrinth built by Daedalus is probably the opposite of simple.
It'll be fine.
You also built this labyrinth like 3,000 years ago, Daedalus.
What could possibly go wrong?
Let's see how good your memory is,
Nothing.
old friend.
I remember everything.
Daedalus has
Yeah,
built a
say-
lot of mazes for a lot of people. It's in his story.
Which one is this?
Of course I remember where we're going. Shit, where are we going?
The thing is, I make all the mazes the same.
You just keep going left.
Keep your hand on the left wall and just walk till you get to the middle, right? Oh, man. Okay. So, you all depart Hades' palace with heavy hearts, some of you. Daedalus, you're sort of leading the way, kind of off muscle memory, for the path down into this part of the underworld. You pass through a couple of different blasted, worn-out plains, and you make your way into a cave system at the far edge of Hades' realm. The cave itself is dark, massive, and you make your way down, 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 until Daedalus, you find your symbol on the wall in millennia-old cave paint. And there's a massive stone gate that says, "Welcome to the Labyrinth."
Daedalus will slap it and be like, "Ah, there she is," like a dad slapping the hood of a car.
You
could fit so many-
minotaurs in this.
Why welcome to the labyrinth? Just I don't know. It just seems kind of stock. I don't know.
I thought it was being ironic.
It was 3,000 years ago. There were a lot less things that had names back then.
Alright, how do I get in?
Daedalus. We're actually going to do this as a skill challenge, starting with Daedalus. So,
God.
Oh boy.
Daedalus, how do you want to contribute to getting in? How do you think this is entered?
Can I roll a history check and see if I remember?
Yeah, you sure can.
Okay. 32.
I was there when the old magic was written.
He literally, his history is 20.
All right, Daedalus. How do you open the labyrinth?
The key under the mat, of course.
There's like an urn sitting next to it, and you just take the key out. No, I'm assuming it's gonna be some like stupid shit. Like he like slices his palm and he just puts it up to the wall and it moves.
And there's a deep magical voice that says, "Biosignature recognized, Daedalus."
Wow.
That was high tech back in the day.
Does it sound like the secretary back at
Cynthia.
yes.
Yes, it does sound like Cynthia.
Same hoe, different day.
You never cease to impress, Daedalus.
That's Cynthia?
Where
did
do
you-
you think I got the idea?
Wow.
And Daedalus, you do feel the gate sort of absorbs some of your blood essence and some of your energy. You sort of stagger forward a little bit. The gates begin to groan and rumble and disappear into the wall as they open, revealing the path ahead.
I want to think that this is like not the normal way to get into the maze, but like Daedalus sort of like built this one into all of his mazes,
It's a good
so that he
override.
could never get locked out.
Or locked in.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna walk in.
Daedalus, since you did get a 32, you are aware that in your labyrinth, movement powers don't work.
Movement powers?
So people won't be able to
Speed.
fly, they won't be able to use super speed, they won't be able to... Wicked Ohio Girl just redeemed a hydrate, so everybody hydrate real quick.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we can't super swim.
Can't super swim, teleport. Pretty much any of the fun stuff that makes it easy to navigate a maze.
Okay. He'll turn around right before entering and look at Johnny. I have bad news for you.
Yeah?
You're not going to be able to use your super speed in the maze.
The hits just keep on coming.
We can't use super speed, we can't fly, we can't teleport, none of that. We are just going to have to walk.
But you didn't override it so that you could do any of those in your own maze?
No.
Don't blink at me like that. It was an honest question.
I'm wearing a helmet, you can't see me blinking at you.
That's the only thing I can see.
This was a long time ago. I didn't have that technology.
Well,
Okay.
as I've said before, we still have each other to rely on, even if we don't have our full suite of abilities. So stay close and don't lose track of anyone else.
Yes. And Daedalus will head into the maze.
Awesome. So that's Daedalus' contribution to the skill challenge. Who wants to
Oh,
go
this-
next?
Still more.
He's a skill challenge. Lady Liberty would like to go next. And she is basically going to rely on gut instinct and do an insight check to basically try to help us navigate some of the turns.
Lady Liberty stops at each intersection, is like, I'm feeling this way.
Yep. I'm
Works
gonna
for us.
I'm gonna spend a hero point to re-roll that. That is a 22.
That is a degree of success. Please narrate what's sort of happening, Lady Liberty.
So Lady Liberty is actually probably relying on the spirit of liberty itself and the quote unquote a sense of freedom by trying to figure out the way to the center of the maze, which will end up granting her and the rest of the Freedom League freedom from the underworld. So the spirit is kind of like a guiding hand as we approach different sections of the maze.
I'm inspired. Perfect. So yeah, you're sort of following the guiding spirit of spirit of freedom, moving your way through. Everybody's taking sort of these turns and stuff. The air in here is very, very musty. And every few paces you do find a discarded skeleton. And you all begin to hear voices around. Nothing in discernible words, but every now and then you'll hear a giggle or a laugh or a sinister breathing on the back of your necks as you're all making your way through the maze.
Does Daedalus know what that is? Or is that new?
Daedalus thinks that that's probably the evil souls that are stuck in here. Becoming aware that there is somebody who is not them in here.
I turn to the group. Be careful. I think there's some really evil souls in here.
Right.
Who would like to contribute next? Mortis, Siren, or Johnny Rocket?
Oh boy.
I have one thing I want to. I mean, I feel like the obvious thing for me would be either expertise in magic or mythology, but I had this idea and I want to follow it through. In that, Siren doesn't have this expertise, but her the person she is possessing, quote unquote, Cassandra does have an expertise in psychology. I was wondering if that could be applied to sort of understanding the sort of decisions that Daedalus might make when he's trying to make a complex labyrinth in some way.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. That sounds fun. Siren has
Okay.
experience with Daedalus as a person, so she would be tuned in onto some of his decision-making processes.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
I think it's really cool.
So let's see how well she understands her teammates. Oh, that's pretty good. 22.
That's another degree of success, so please go ahead and take some narrative control, Siren.
So, again, like this is mostly like I'm kind of picturing Cassandra being like sort of like a firestorm situation, really. So Cassandra's sort of like in the back seat as Siren's piloting, but she has been around long enough to observe some different sort of mannerisms from Daedalus. And while she doesn't have her head wrapped around how his technology works, she does understand that this is a man who appreciates complex puzzles. So she sort of has a sense of like when getting to certain forks in the road or certain turns or ways that you can easily get looped around. She's aware of what he's trying to set up there, and sort of gives a nudge to go in a different direction or how to avoid it.
Awesome. I'd like for everybody to roll a perception check.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Check your perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Wow. 7.
17.
14.
17.
Alright, as you were.
Oh, I don't like that.
Gonna die again.
Johnny and Mortis, how would you like to contribute to the skill challenge?
I'm not getting in the way.
Well,
Hmm.
I was actually thinking, before you had that roll, about using perception, given that I can see the souls of the dead. I figured it might be easier for me to spot any of these wayward, restless spirits than it would be for my teammates to see them.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
How high are the walls of this labyrinth?
They go about 10 feet.
Oh no. I know you can't crit fail a skill challenge, a skill roll, but that was pretty close. I'm spending a hero point to reroll.
It's a good thing you got so many of them.
19.
Alright, with a 19, that is going to be a success for the group's effort. Mortis, you sort of open your second sight, and it's almost overwhelming how many souls are in this maze with you. They're all sort of pressing up against you. You're sort of walking through them at the moment. It's just filled to the brim with screaming, unfortunate people. But there is one very bright spot coming up from behind you all. looks like it may be upon you in a couple of. If you had to put it in game terms, a couple of rounds.
I'm going to make sure I'm hanging to the back of the group and being prepared.
Johnny, what would you like to do?
Well, Johnny's feeling a little out of sorts without his speed, but you know he's a fairly nimble fellow. So I was thinking maybe an acrobatics stunt to get up to the top of the maze walls to maybe get a different perspective and help shorten the search.
Yeah, you could do that with a boost.
With a what?
With a boost, acrobatics check with somebody helping to get you up the 10 feet.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
22 on the acrobatics.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, that is another success. Go ahead and take some narrative control.
Okay, so Johnny gets a boost up from Daedalus, and so he sort of quickly skips up to the top of the wall, and he's looking out around, trying to see if he can sort things out with the wall from the maze wall top. And what does he see from up there?
Well, you know, because of your success, the group has succeeded on the skill challenge. You are able to make your way basically to the middle of the maze before this happens.
Okay.
Johnny, you're up there on top of the wall. You're keeping an eye out. You're looking around. And you see in the direction that Mortis went, since you're off-brand speedy, Mortis is looking back a certain direction, and you see coming around the corner is a free-floating mass of, you're not sure if it's mangled souls or dead bodies that have taken the collected form of a minotaur, wielding a maul that appears to be also made of corpses.
A literal corpse club?
A literal corpse club. And as it comes around the corner up there, Johnny, you see, Mortis, you also see this through your spectral vision. It just sort of levels the maul at all of you, and as it begins to bellow its battle cry, its snout? Does some cows have a snout? I think they have a snout. Its snout sort of rips apart and tulips into a screaming mass of tentacles and screaming souls. Which anybody who's been to the Netherworld recognizes as very much the Netherworld problem. So everybody roll for initiative.
Call of Cthulhu.
Do we have tokens? Are you theater of the mind in this?
We're gonna theater of the minded, but you guys should have tokens on the screen.
So that you can get the initiative counter thing.
Yay!
I got
The
a
Call of
rock.
Cthulhu.
Are our injuries from previously cleared?
Yes, they are.
Just double checking.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna use the Charon token for this.
Hey, you guys, I'm back. I'm a Minotaur now.
Taste the beast.
Man, Hades gave me a demotion because I let you all come in there. I knew that was gonna be something. I knew I was gonna get in trouble. And shit always rolls downhill, is all I'm saying, man. She's never mad at the superheroes. I'm here for Brooklyn Charon. You crazy for this one, Jay?
Call of Cthulhu.
Alright, Johnny Rocket is on first.
Surprise!
Well, movement powers don't seem to work, but let's find out if that old tornado twist does. So he will try to fire off his cone blast, try and move the thing back. I don't know if that's gonna help or not. Well, I mean, it's an area attack, so I can't really crit with it, but he gets it's a dodge of 18. For half effect.
Dodge 18 for half effect. Let me see here. Alright. 18 for half effect.
Yeah. All right. So I guess he gets a strength to resist being moved of a DC 14. I'm sure his strength is very minuscule.
I don't know what you're talking about. 19.
Huh. Well, that didn't work. Next.
I think he's next.
Oh crap.
Mm,
No.
All right, here comes the. Actually, he's gonna charge since you're all sort of in a line at the end of the row. He's gonna gore you all with his skeletal horns. Sorry, not skeletal horns, skeleton horns.
Yeah.
Oh, get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Line area damage 12, resisted by dodge. Everybody go ahead and roll a dodge save, DC 22.
16.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Oof.
22. Hey.
22.
I got a 23 there.
I got a rock, and since I need to not be dead, so I can have them not be dead, I'm gonna reroll. But that's 21.
So that's still a failure on the dodge save, but you do get a toughness. Everybody who succeeded on the dodge, you're looking for a DC 21. Everybody who failed, you're looking for a 27.
Lady Liberty's fine. She crit.
Wait, did I succeed or fail? What was the success?
Success was a 21.
Oh,
Failure
yeah.
was a 27.
Okay.
Okay, my character sheet is not open. Come on, character sheet.
Character sheet cooperate.
I failed by 3, so that's a bruise for me.
Bruise for Siren. Mortis, I see you got a 14. Are you happy with that?
No, I'm not. That's fine. Spending a hero point right now.
That's just a bruise. I'll take it. No. Yeah, it's just a bruise. I missed by one. I got a 20. Just a bruise. I can get a bruise.
Mortis gets a 26 with the reroll.
Yep.
Alright, so that is a bruise. That's not the end of the world. And I'm going to deal everybody a hero point,
Oh, sons of guns.
because you all also get a bruise when Mortis gets a bruise.
Hey!
Oh no.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Oops.
Collective groaning.
That's a good
Do-
noise.
Do I pick up on that?
Yeah, everybody goes, everybody makes that collective groaning noise.
Hey, I swear I got out of the way. Why does this hurt?
The question is, does the Minotaur notice? Mortis high or low?
Oh.
Oh no.
The Minotaur does notice that that hurting you seemed to hurt everybody else, so he will go fatigued to try to hurt you some more.
Come on, man.
Crap.
He will use 2 points of all-out attack and 2 points of power attack. I'm gonna 19 to hit your parry DC.
Misses.
Awesome. So the corpse club comes banging down. You jump out of the way because that would have hurt for you and everybody else.
Oh, it is called the Corpse Club.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mortis, you're up.
Morris is gonna bravely run away.
Honestly though, you probably should.
I mean, yeah.
More importantly, it's not that I'm being a coward or I'm running from a fight, but more importantly, I want to make sure I get them out of here. That's the whole freaking point.
Yeah.
So we know where the center of the maze is, roughly, right?
Yes, you do.
I'm just gonna go as fast as I can.
Mortis turns around and runs away from the giant Minotaur corpse monster. Which fair. Super fair.
Yeah.
Mortis, you think if you move for 3 move actions, you could probably get to the center of the maze.
I'm also gonna be insubstantial.
Good choice. So Mortis goes insubstantial and takes 2 move actions away from the scene of the crime. Siren.
Okay. Well, now that Mortis is out of here, let's try to lock this thing down. I'm going to use my signature silver nets. Try to immobilize it, or at least slow it down. With a throw of the nets. This is... Oh, it's not an area thing, so I have to hit him first, and then he... Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to use 0 point.
You have 5, so I think
But I needs them.
it's 936 Kelvin.
Yeah. Cat's got a good point.
I need all of them. I need to have more.
It's precious.
Oh, wow,
Oh my
really?
Oh my god!
Well, at least it's a 21.
Is 21 going to do it?
21. That will definitely hit the creature's dodge.
Ooh.
And it's resisted by dodge, so...
So, yep.
So he will take the first degree. He'll be hindered and vulnerable.
Oh, excellent. Most excellent.
What happens, Siren, as you throw this net on the Call of Cthulhu?
Just briefly channeling a matador fight. Trying to get this net, imagining it's like a red cape or whatever, getting it over the horns of this bull to try and blind it and slow it down.
Beautiful. Awesome. Good job, Siren. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I mean, I could move. I probably... Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, move back slightly. Probably not super far from it, but just, like, move away so I'm not standing right next to it when it starts thrashing around.
Perfect. Alright, Daedalus, what would you like to do?
So Daedalus will move in between where Mortis ran and where the word has escaped me, but where the thing is. And he's gonna like try to block it as much as he can with his body, and then he's going to blast it.
Beautiful.
24.
24 will hit.
DC 27.
He bellows and gets a 34.
Get out of here with that. Outrageous. I'm gonna spend a hero point to go again.
Outrageous!
Cowabunga.
25 this time.
That will also hit. Still DC 27. 33 that time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
So Daedalus, you're sort of keeping the corpse minotaur between Mortis and everybody else, and you're blasting it with the force blasters, and pieces are flying off of it, but it doesn't seem to be slowing it down any. Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty would like to spend a hero point to gain the benefits of assessment for this round.
Perfect.
And then I will make an insight check to learn if I think I can actually use any of my powers besides deflect on this creature. I got a 13.
13, you are able to determine that it is a higher power level than you, and you're able to determine one of its exact numbers.
Will save.
Its will save is a 12.
Okay. Oof. Yep, we're just putting up the shield. I was going to use the affliction, but if it's got a decent will save, there's no way that's really happening.
Awesome. So it is hindered and vulnerable. You put up your shield. Johnny, what would you like to do?
I would like to run over and punch this thing with a flurry of blows because, well, now that it's vulnerable, it seems like an opportune time for a multi-attack.
Awesome. Johnny jogs over like a regular person and then punches the
I
crap
know,
out
this
of
is so disturbing.
So weird.
So 22 versus his vulnerable defense.
Yeah, and his vulnerable defense right now is an 11 because he also used all-out attack. So that would be plus
That
5
is-
damage.
Sweet, so DC 25 toughness.
29.
You know what? All these hero points and it's so late in the evening, I think I'm going to spend one for action and do that again. Aha! Even higher. So that I assume that's a DC 25 toughness for him again.
Yes.
Feel free to chunk it.
It's a bruise.
Well, it's just a bruise.
So Johnny,
Oh,
what
this-
happens? Did you go up to punch the monstrosity?
2 rapid fire series of attacks, and it just sort of flings a little like ghost knot off and goes, all this for a drop of ectoplasm. Help!
You use your move by action to go back 5 feet.
Yeah, a whole 15 feet or 5 feet or whatever is left. Yeah, yeah.
Oh God. All right.
I'm going to die again.
Yeah, he's gonna use multi-attack, and he is going to. He's got reach, so he can still reach Johnny. So he's gonna hit Siren and Johnny. He gets a -2 to this roll because of multi-attack. 17 to hit your parry DCs.
Not
Bless
gonna
you.
work for Siren.
Thank you. That's gonna miss for Siren and Johnny.
Oh yeah, it's the same result against both. Yeah, 17 will
Yep.
miss.
Awesome. So swing and a miss from the monster. Mortis.
I run. I bravely run.
Yeah,
So far
you've got a
away.
1 move action, and then you have a standard action once you get to the center of the maze.
I'm looking for the root cause, the leak, the tear, the whatever.
Beautiful. Give me a expertise magic check.
Oh,
30.
30.
Yeah.
great.
Excellent.
This is apparently what I do.
Yeah.
You are
Move.
instantly familiar with what's going on at this point.
I'm dead and I know things.
So, the dead guy who knows things. You're sort of examining, looking through the looking through this area in the center of the maze, and you can clearly see, sort of built into the fabric of this clearing itself, are a number of cracks in the form of Una's sigil. The sort of green rose with black thorns wrapped around a world. And you start sussing all that out, and you begin focusing and, working your magic. And since you got a critical, I'm going to say you were able to close the hole. You sort of seal this tear in the Netherworld. I want you to go ahead and describe what happens with the idea that some of your master mageness is contributing to this happening.
Yeah. So as I get there and I start, I see what's going on. Mortis starts performing a ritual as best as he can, kind of making it up on the fly because he knows stuff, but yeah, this is all new to him, and remembering flashbacks of watching Seven practice back at the Claremont Academy and watching Resonant practice back at the Claremont Academy, where I was trying to be non-involved, quote unquote, and just trying my best to mirror what they did as far as precision and concentration and knowing that the lives of the Freedom League revolve around me doing this and not spraying it up. And as I do it, there's a flare of energy around me, and the whole room basically just kind of takes on a more gothic and dark and Ravenloft-esque appearance. As I'm channeling that imagery, and it just kind of bleeds out. And it
Excellent.
may or may not leave its own my little mark somewhere in the room.
Ooh, what does Mortis's little mark look like?
I don't know, but I apparently have a couple days to figure that out, and that's all I need to know before next stream. So,
Awesome. Epic. So, as you sort of seal this netherworld tear in the underworld, the corpse cow that everybody is fighting back in the hallway, there's a sort of crackling of green and purple magic as its body begins to discorporate, and the souls that have been trapped inside it, the damned souls who were stuck in this labyrinth anyway, they quickly disperse, showering the entire area in ectoplasm and gore.
You.
That's gross.
High or low, Johnny?
Oh, don't do this to me. Low. Come on, man!
Johnny is covered in cow guts. Siren, high or low?
I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Siren, you high or low?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just looking at. Shouldn't that be rolling D100 instead of rolling
100.
Hey, was I framed?
I think
Yes,
you were on
yes, you
accident.
Alex!
I didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah, sure. Roll 100. Why?
It's still high. You're still covered.
Oh,
How convenient.
I didn't know you could just hit roll 100 and it would roll 100. That's so funny.
Well, I'm gonna roll 20 from now on.
sorry, you're asking me high or low?
Yes.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna go with low, even though it didn't really work last week.
It didn't work this
no,
time
it's
either.
It'll work eventually.
Daedalus, high or low?
Low! Yes!
Hey, Daedalus is happy to be wearing a helmet. And Lady Liberty.
I have my shield up.
Alright, I'll roll twice.
Low.
Roll 100.
Ooh, that's low. That's 50. That's a low.
Okay.
That's just on the cusp.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, yeah, you're good. Alright. So the monster goes away, we drop out of combat. And what do you guys want to do? Mortis, you're free to
Get a
return to
shower.
the group.
Let me get a shower.
What was this high or low for?
how much guts you got covered in?
Yeah,
Yep.
if you got covered in guts and viscera.
Lady Liberty kind of looks up she looks up over the top of her shield. She sees Johnny and Siren just covered in ectoplasm, and she just goes, ew.
No, it's not really a movement power to spin at high rates of speed, is it?
Yeah, I was gonna do some water control and get this stuff off. But Johnny, wait! Oh!
Everybody gets it again. Welcome to the blender hallway.
When we get back, we don't have to tell people about this part.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. Let's get stricken from the record.
Daedalus is smirking in the corner, and you think he's going to tell everybody.
That sounds a little bit more like Cat and a lot less like Daedalus.
I'm telling
Cannot
Davey.
tarnish the image of the Freedom League. I
Mortis,
guess we'll go to join Mortis.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Yes.
at this point, I know we should just be able to leave, right? And they,
Yes. Yep, you are able to evacuate everybody from the underworld and return to the archive if you want. Since that's presumably where everybody else went.
Yeah. So with that, yeah, I will use the soul vault and. Oh wait, I won't use the soul vault. I don't think I can. Can
Yeah, you can use the soul vault.
I? Okay. I will use the soul vault and try to return to the library, the archive. With the 4 members of the Freedom League.
Beautiful.
Ray.
All right. So, Mortis, you emerge in the archive. I don't know what happened in the archive, so we won't talk about too much about what happened in the archive yet.
For real.
Presumably, Darkstar didn't kill everybody,
You don't know that.
Yeah.
or anybody else didn't kill anybody. Who knows? Yeah, I think that's probably a good place to wrap up this week's session as everybody returns to the archive. Mortis successful in his mission to resurrect the Freedom League, but learning that there is something going on in the underworld and learning of his role in the underworld. So lots of cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
I had a great time tonight. Thank you, guys.
And there were more holes in other underworlds.
There are more holes in other underworlds, but I think that's going to be a
that gonna
Liberty League
be-
problem.
Ooh, are we gonna go on an underworld tour?
You get an underworld, and you get an underworld, and you get an underworld.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to say no or yes to that, but that may be where I'm going.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying, episode title.
This is, yeah.
Under trip. It's like Euro trip, but worse.
Oh, long tunnel. Oh no.
Weekend at Hades.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I guess with that, I'll give everybody a chance to sort of say goodbye and plug anything else they want to plug while we're winding down here, and then I'll give some announcements, and we'll go on our merry way. Starting with Kevin.
Okay, well, I'm Kevin, and despite my best efforts, I have become the Seth Rogen of Mutants and Masterminds Monday. In a shocking turn of events, starring Kevin as the snarky speedster. But, you know, what can I say? If you're good at something, you know, that's what you do. Hopefully you check out the other shows on the stream, and we'll see you back here next Monday. Over to Jonesy.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. Looking forward to seeing everyone next game. Super exciting. Tomorrow night I will be back on this channel running Born of Rage as the pack has finished running around the Echo of Ancient Rome and are now somewhere in the Umbra and trying to figure out where the heck they're going. Yeah, so should be pretty exciting. Only a couple episodes left, so.
Hey, I'm Kat. I am not anywhere but here on Mondays, so I don't really have anything to plug. But I had a great time playing Daedalus tonight, even though Paul definitely did it better, but that's okay. Hopefully the next time Daedalus is on, Paul will be able to come back and play him. But it was a joy. I'm excited to play Centuria again next week, so I will just go ahead and pass it to you.
Yep. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us in this evening. This was a lot of fun, kind of a little bit of a palate cleanser from the hard-fought battle we had last week. If you've missed any of Netherwar, go find it. We've got it up on YouTube. You can find it. You can find links to it on our website as well. So, you know, catch up with the story and let us know what you think. How we're doing so far. The other thing I want to plug, we've got Storyforge. We actually have a new episode that's going to be coming your guys' way this week, so pay attention to YouTube. Later in the week, I believe, potentially Friday, we're going to drop the first new Storyforge in a few months, and we are highlighting our Monster of the Week campaign that's going to be starting up on Cinco de Mayo. So if you're interested in that, we're going to kind of take a look at character creation for that system and give you a preview as to one of the NPCs that is available in that game. Calvin, pass it on to you.
Okay, well, I've been Calvin, playing Siren this week, but excited to get back to Bowman for hopefully the foreseeable future, because this is the bright spot of my Mondays. Always a ton of fun when I'm here. Not sure what else to do. I mean, I'm also looking forward to the second part of the Call of Cthulhu game on Wednesday, because last week was like incredible. Probably the most. It's been a while since I've watched a stream and been like creeped out by something happening in someone else's tabletop game. So Really excited to see more of that. But as for me, again, I'm on the Win with Dice channel where we do weekly podcasts about GM tips. We also recently put up a character creation video for Lancer where we just briefly went through the process of making like a level 0 pilot and a very basic mech that I kind of just ripped off the Lego set. But I think I got it pretty accurate. And we've got some streams coming up early next month that I'm really excited for. So yeah, just check out Win with Dice on YouTube, Twitter, and also winwithdice.ca because we're C80.
C80.
The 80 Hey.
I love
Why
that
did
for
my
you.
brain take so long to understand what you meant? I was like, C80.
Who's that? What is that? We know what that is.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, and I'm Alex, everybody. I'm the GM here at here on Netherwar, and I'm playing Born of Rage. On Tuesday nights is Darren, the angry former New York City homicide detective turned werewolf turned guy with the big fuck off hammer. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I need to find something to hit with the hammer immediately. Wow, dang it. Never mind, language. Bad, Alex. Anyway, I will also be back as a player on Wednesday for the Call of Cthulhu game with Andy. And that's GM'd by the wonderful Bridget, who is amazing. And I'm so glad she brought her brand of spooky to our channel. I still having trouble looking at anything with googly eyes after our last session. So that was messed up, but in a fun and engaging way. We also have another episode of our podcast, Something Dragons, coming out on Friday, as well as the opening of our website. So yeah, please head over to untoldstoriesproject.com. You'll be able to find links to our merch store, our Drive-Thru RPG affiliate link, our schedule, and our wonderful new blog that's going to have posts put up every week. It will also have the parameters for our contest that is going on. We are doing a fiction and art contest, 1,500 to 2,000 word short story with themed gaming, or any piece of art that you can send to us digitally with the theme also gaming. So please go ahead and participate in that. That's going to be so much fun. There is a $25 cash prize for anybody who wins, and we might throw in some USP merch as well. Just looking at all that stuff. Who should we rate tonight?
Free League's running something.
Free League Publishing is running something?
Yeah.
Oh, they are. They're running things from the Flood. Yeah, let's go hang out with Free League Publishing.
Let's do it.
So, thank you everybody who tuned in to hang out with us tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.